Welcome to Phaseshift devlog number 4. This version was primarily focused on the ice environment, trying to get some tracks sorted and then flash out some of the assets in the scene a bit better. So the theme for the ice level was the colour pink, as well as the research facility type theme. So things like satellite arrays, weather balloons, research balloons, sensors, that kind of thing. There's lots of crystals around. The kind of idea was that's going to be like a power source, and they're sort of researching to understand what that's all about. So it's still kind of situated on a different planet, so the water in the skies is very atypical of what you'd find on Earth, for example. But I wanted to create sort of a new, really nice aesthetic with the entire environment. I also made a new ability, which I've dubbed Orbit Plasma. I've kind of nicknamed them party rings, because, well, party rings. And they're basically 3 rings of plasma that orbit your vehicle, explode on contact. So this was kind of influenced directly from Mario Kart's green shells. Can't throw them like green shells, it's more of a defensive thing. It really suits aggressive players who want to kind of charge in, boost through with some rings, and then try and detonate enemies. We've also added a new AI team called Scuderia Ritmo, which is basically again inspired from Formula 1's Ferrari team. Massive fan of Kimi Räikkönen back in the day when he was with Ferrari and before that McLaren. In this, livery was an homage to the Ferrari livery that he won with in 2007. I hope that's right. This also means there's 2 new AI characters. They already actually existed, but because they had no team to drive for, they never really instantiated inside of a game scene. So they now are present within various game modes. Another new feature I added was the Spectator Mode. There's always a very basic Spectator Mode in Phaseshift, but it was only accessible through the debug mode and was primarily created to capture videos and things for various marketing material, and it wasn't really adopted into the game. But now you can actually create a race with purely AI characters, and you can watch them race each other. The camera's been adapted too, so I've been watching a lot of Formula 1 recently, and I've been kind of watching how the cameras operate when they obviously see the F1 car come towards them, and I've been trying to kind of mimic that sense of speed while the vehicle goes past. So that's worked its way inside this feature, as well as race position UI element as well. So again, this is influenced by the F1 graphics you see when you're watching a Grand Prix. I've also added icons for things like position changes, when someone's destroyed and when someone's finished the race as well, so you can get a better feel of how some of the parts are doing, if they've been destroyed or they're losing or gaining places. I've also added intervals as well. That's to the player UI, but also the race position UI, so you know how close you are ahead or behind the person behind you, and these intervals are updated onto the race position, so you can see how far ahead you are of various pilots on the track. Also done some minor changes as well, things like UI. So as the UI standards are improving, I've adopted some new themes, some new buttons, some new animations. So I'm trying to kind of tie it all in across the board, trying to make sure that all of the UI kind of looks nice and sort of coherent with each other. So for the next version of Phaseshift, I'm going to be focusing on making a demo, getting you guys to play it, see what you guys think, and getting feedback. You're really keen to get your thoughts and ideas on how to improve Phaseshift. And so yeah, that's the majority of features released for this version. Lots of asset work, lots of environment work, which was needed after the online multiplayer stuff, and lots of little minor features as well to improve the game. So I hope that was informative, hope that was helpful. Any questions, any queries, just hit the comments. And if you could like and subscribe, that'd be super helpful. And I'll catch you in the next devlog.